I'm going to do some training around gamification now. So if you guys want to comment, like in the chat box, comment some clients that you're working with right now. Maybe like a campaign that you're struggling with, like a really annoying lawyer, okay? Mortgage brokers, ooh, some fun industries here. Mortgage broker, okay. Boudoir photographer, whoa. Okay. So I think we've got enough for now. And a gym. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to show you now, a couple campaigns that we did using gamification, and essentially how you can set this up for yourself. So there's a couple different platforms that we use for this, and a couple different ways to approach gamification. So gamification uses the concept of triggering sort of like quizzes or a game, right? That's probably the best word. It's a very age-old, time-tested concept. So even before internet marketing was around, for the women on the chat right now, when you were younger and you used to read 17 magazines or Cosmopolitan, the magazines would say to you, hey, does he love you? Or is he cheating on you? Play the quiz right now. Is your man cheating on you? Or is he attracted to you? Is your secret crush attracted to you, right? And we would sit here and play, like, answer these questions, like, multiple choice questions, has he sent you a secret note? Yes, no, maybe once. And then at the end, you would count the points and you would get the answer like, no, he hates you, or yeah, he's totally crushing on you, right? And it's so predictable as human beings how effective this is. This is why magazines still use this strategy. This is gamification. It's one form of gamification. So when I'm talking about gamification, I'm not actually talking about you have to create Pokemon Go or you have to create Candy Crush for your clients. That is one form, but that is like an intense format of gamification. I'm talking it can be as simple as quizzes, surveys. You're coming at it from more of a fun approach, and you want to try to find an angle that is related to your client and also the problem or the solution that the lead is after, or the potential customer is after. So I'm going to show you two examples. I'm going to talk to you about a couple more examples, and then I'll show you the back end of those and how you might create one using one of the platforms, and give you a couple more ideas as well. And then what we'll do is, as a group, we'll come up with some different gamification ideas for some of these clients that you guys just listed in the chat box. Once you do this, it's very, very, very effective. So normally when this is normally for lead gen, service sector clients, sorry, I should say. It works with e-commerce as well, really well. So I'll talk to you about a couple examples that we've used here. But when you apply this, let's say your lawyer would typically land a lead at $100 cost per lead. When you apply gamification, it's so amazing. You can get that lead right down to $40 or $20. It's pretty crazy, right? So it's almost like the whole premise of the soft sell. So the whole premise of leading with a blog post or value or content marketing, except it's gamification. So it's one way to sort of build affinity and a relationship with your client. And it's very, very effective. And it's dead easy to roll out. And it is so amazing how not as many marketers are using this, to be honest, because it works like predictably for every single funnel we've ever worked on. So here's I'm going to show you, let me just, all right, this is like in my way. How do I move this? Okay, cool. So this is one of my own gamification ads, and possibly you've even been through this funnel. So this is, and by no means am I saying like this is the most glamorous thing. Word of warning here, sometimes I pull these things together like late at night, and then I launch them and they freaking work, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. But this is one of the funnels that we are using at the moment. It's very, very effective, and perhaps you've even been through here. So essentially we could just go like, we're obviously targeting Facebook marketers here, or freelancers, or agency owners as well, and saying like, how many Facebook ad clients are you gonna need to hit your revenue targets? Well, if you're a Facebook freelancer, or if you're a Facebook agency, or if you're an agency thinking of working with Facebook marketers, can you see how this would be really hard not to click on? Because pricing is probably one of your biggest pain points, right? You're overscoping yourself. That's one of the biggest industry struggles. And you're probably thinking, well, what should it be? What are my peers doing to get this, right? So it's very tempting to click on this. So tempting. So when you click on this, this goes to a straight like landing page. This landing page right here converts at 79%. I'm not fucking shitting you at all. I know. Hey, I can see your face. Stop it. Who's that? Yeah. I can still see your faces. Okay, don't make those ugly expressions. This landing page converts at 79%. It's insane. It's crazy. And can you see how it works? Because we have a good hook here. It's super clean. So sometimes when you guys are launching, like, you know what I'm telling you, just keep it simple, your landing page. Sometimes there is such a thing as too simple, especially if you don't have a good hook. So if you're just saying like, hey, are you getting a divorce? Hire me right now, request a quote. It's not gonna work, right? But if you have a good hook, like free teeth whitening or gamification, simple is the best. This page just crushes it. It works because the headline on this page is exactly the same headline on the ad. So if someone clicks on the ad, they know exactly, you know, where to click and what this is about. And when they hit this, it validates that process. So then they click on here. And what you'll see here is really, who's been through this? Oh, Dara, yeah. So e-commerce, how big is your team? 1 to 2. I want to bring in 30,000. I want to make 10,000. Now, really, there's only like 2 things that really matter when you're deciding how many clients you're going to need. It's how much revenue do you want to make? And there's an average value per client in the industry. So each client should be costing you a certain amount of money. So really the only figure I'm really interested in is how much revenue do you want to bring in? As long as I have that figure, I can calculate this and give them a number. But this makes it a little bit like, if I just led with that, how much revenue do you want to bring in? It would almost seem like a bit too basic. So we tested that out and it was almost like too simple, where people were like, okay. But by me asking those other questions, they actually think it matters. So they actually think that, you know, and to some extent this would matter because there's different values for different niches, but this is a basic calc. It's like a cosmopolitan quiz here, like super basic. So then we go calculate and it goes 12. So if you want to make $30,000 a month, you should have 12 clients on your books. And then it goes, access the free training. This shit's insane. We get leads that book calls with us for about $30 with this funnel. It's crazy, guys. It's insane. So really simple, and in many respects, probably ugly as fuck, right? It's not the nicest thing. Now think about this. This is using Jotform, this one. So I'm going to show you how to create one just like this. But Rosie's just uploading a whole bunch of shit. It's so annoying. But think about this. Can you do this through Messenger bot? How cool would that be, right? Because then it's got the novelty of a bot. So can you use something like ManyChat to actually calculate, so create conditional fields and calculate the exact same result and ask the same questions, but then it's through a really cool platform. So it's done through Messenger. So you can think about it creatively. It doesn't have to be like a landing page using Jotform or anything like that. You could actually definitely use something like ManyChat for this. Then we've got another one here. So this one is using, this one is a mortgage, actually, I think. So a common thing that they do there is vouchers. So what we've got here is you have to complete a survey. So completing a survey to get the voucher. Again, super, super simple. This landing page converts really, really well, obviously, because of this massive hook, right? So if you've got a good hook, like a question that your audience really desperately wants answered, like how many clients should you have, or free money or free teeth whitening, it's going to work really well. So we go, let's get started. Now this is using Typeform. So you can see here, it's a little bit nicer, like it's a little bit more polished and, oops. Yeah, so if you click no, it doesn't even take you to the next stage. So this is all conditional logic. This one's using Typeform. It's a little bit more beautiful. And it uses conditional logic. So based on how you answer, it takes you to the next stage. So, and the same thing is going to happen here. You're going to punch in your information, and then you're going to ask if you would like to have an obligation-free, no-cost chat to someone about your options. Obviously, this is one funnel for mortgage lenders. It's inbound marketing. They get on a lot of calls, but when they have sales teams, it works really effectively. And then they claim their voucher. This is gamification, a survey, right? Even though they've got a really good hook. So it's a little bit more fun for people. It takes them through, there's some conditional logic, and it segments the leads out as well. We had this for an e-commerce client. They are selling personalized perfumes. And so before we applied gamification, so the perfumes cost about $100 to $120. Before we applied gamification, the cost per conversion was around $100 per bottle. So they were not making any money. In fact, they were bleeding money because on top of that, they had costs of goods sold and all their operational costs. As soon as we applied gamification, and I should have pulled the ad up actually, but I'll share that with you guys later on. But as soon as we applied gamification, i.e., what's your personalized scent? Play now. Literally, that simple. What's your custom smell? Play now. And took them through a process, a gamification process. This one was coded in by their developer, so it was a little bit more flash. But it was like, are you male? Are you female? Do you like nature? Or do you like sports? Or do you like luxury? And it was taking them through these questions. That's gamification. And then at the end, it was going, okay, here's your personalized perfume. This is your scent. Do you want to buy it now? It's only $100. As soon as that happened, the CP, cost per acquisition, went down to $20. So it just plummeted. Insane, right? So they went from not making any money to all of a sudden having something that was highly profitable, very, very scalable as well because they were international. So another example of this is a client in the fitness area. So personal fitness, but selling personal fitness programs online, so not necessarily face-to-face personal fitness. And I think I actually shared an example of this. It's in the swipe folder anyways. Rosie, stop adding photos of car parks in the Dropbox. I think I actually added a photo of that in the swipe file, so I'll dig that up as well. Anyway, so they were selling online personal fitness programs. And the gamification that we led with at the beginning was a weight loss calculator. Now, be careful with that, obviously, because Facebook doesn't like the weight loss. So the way that it was phrased is how many weeks for you to hit or for you to achieve your perfect, your body goals, or your perfect fit into your skinny jeans or something like that. So it was phrased without actually ever using the word weight in it, but clearly saying like for you to lose weight and be that body that you want, right? So it was a calculator. It was like download free calculator. How many weeks till you can fit into those skinny jeans? Calculate now. That one was actually a download. So they would download the calculator and then it was an Excel sheet. But you could have done that through Typeform or Jotform or Messenger as well. Again, they were getting leads really, really cheap. Now there was a problem with the back end, the sales process, part of the funnel. Front end, the gamification angle worked super, super well. So I'm going to quickly take you into, I hope this is making sense, everyone. Let me quickly look at, yeah. So this one is jot form. So that's the one that I use on my own funnel. So, and then the other one was type form. I'm trying to think. There's Messenger, so use ManyChat. You could even just do like downloads, although you kind of want them to stay on the landing page so that you can pitch the offer as well. So if I think of any others, I'll let you know. So to create one of these, what we do is you just create a form and then you go dummy quiz. So we're going to add, this is just using jot form here, but let me hide this chat box that's in the way. Okay, so we'll go.
Hey, we're not gonna be able to do.
Let's do one for. The idea that we had. I think it was with Brandon last week, right? With his lawyer. How much money could you? How much money can you save from your ex-wife or something? How much money can you prevent your ex-wife from getting from you? Get in touch with us today. So let's use, we kind of covered mortgage broker already, although, someone give me another client idea. Handbags. So handbags. Okay, so Anika and solar. Solar is a good one. All right, so handbags, I don't think you would really do this one with jot form, maybe more type form where you could have some more of the visual representation. You can have, yeah. But handbags, you could play kind of like what Cosmopolitan style does all the time. Which handbag is more your style? Which style are you? You know those funny personality tests? Have you guys ever seen the test like which celebrity do you look most like on the web? I mean, they're everywhere. It's so predictable. It's so sad how predictable we are as human beings, how effective this stuff is. Because you could literally just go like a fun quiz. Which handbag style is more your personality, suits your personality type? And then you show them a bunch of photos. Which one appeals most to you? Like brown, something. Sorry, I'm just going to mute somebody. Something brown, like a forest, and then a city, and then you make some conditional rules around that and go, all right, well, this is your style. Do you want to shop the selection? And then you can retarget them as well, right? So you can retarget them with an ad that says, hey, shop your style, or your personality type was nature. Why don't forget to buy today and you get free shipping or something like that. So, okay, I don't know who that was. For solar, so let's use solar for this. So what is some kind of gamification that we could use for solar? And I'm asking you guys, so like, let's drum up some ideas here. How much money could you save this year? Calculate now. How much money could you save this year on electricity? Yeah? So I don't actually know how to calculate that, but we're just going to make this up, right? So you'd go, what is your current monthly electricity bill? And you might go like another one, where do you live? Again, I don't actually know if this is how you calculate solar panel stuff. But where do you live? Oh, so it's pretty easy to use as well, as you can see. You might ask them like, how many people live in your household? So actually what you want to do here is, let's delete that. So you might want to do, how many people live in your household? Okay, so let's just pretend anyways that you do, you fill this out a little bit more and you make it a proper thing, but knowing or understanding from your client that there's actually only 2 or 3 questions in there that really, really matter. how many people are in the household and what their current monthly electricity bill or something. And it may only be that how many people in the household is all that matters. Then we go under settings, and then we click on conditions, and we can update, calculate the field. So we go, please select the field. What is how many people live in the household is equal to, or actually, if you did this multiple choice, that would be a better idea. So we'll just go is filled. And then, so as long as this is filled with a number, what I want you to do is multiply the field's value. Copy a field's value, copy multiple field, calculate a field's value. So calculate a field's value. So we'll go times, again, I don't know what this means, but we'll go like 0. Well, that's going to be low, but whatever, 0, 2. And then, sorry, we need to add, let's just do it here and I'll edit that. And then on the form settings, if I go back under build, on the next page, I'll do short text. Oh, all right, anyways, we'll just do it here. Here's how much money you could save per year. And then below that, you might have like a call to action. Hey, do you want to request a quote from someone today to find out how to make this work for you? Punch in your email and phone number or click here, right? Whatever you want to do. So you have a call to action that pushes them further into the funnel. So if we go back under settings, conditions, we'll edit this. We'll make that. So now, I don't know what number this is going to give me because let's say we go 5,000 or 5. Well, that's expensive. So there's 4. Well, this is a number. That was the wrong one, but oh, sorry, I put that on a different page. So I was meant to put that on the same page, but you get the premise. So they'll click calculate and build. So we go like this. We'll drop that in here on the next page. And then we might edit that so it says calculate now. Was that the back button? Oof, I don't know. Calculate now. So that should work. So let's see what it does. 500 for, oh my God, sorry guys. This is gonna trip me up. It's something really simple. Okay, so here's what it is. When they go in here, we need to make sure. I haven't built one of these in a while. Cameron does this, so I'm getting caught off guard here. Let me figure this out later on, guys, and then I'll show you. But literally what it would be is just like a button property where you're telling it to submit and to calculate it. So I'll look into this and let you guys know. Or actually, so let's do this one. So this is the one I showed you before. So how was that set up differently? Okay, anyways, I'll figure this out later on. It'll be a simple setting or anything, and I'll let you guys know in the group, okay? Yeah, it'll be like a setting. It's really bothering me now. Anyways, I'll figure that out later. I don't know why it's doing that. Cool. So essentially, this is how you can use JotForm, well, when we figure out how to actually use it properly, but to calculate that funnel that I showed you, that gamification, just like the one I was using in my own funnel. So for solar, for example, that would be a very effective way to do it, right? When you're coming at it, like if you realize you have to do like a map out of your audiences first and actually figure out what their pain points are or their objectives. But if you have identified that the cost of the electricity bill is one of the big reasons why they shift everything to solar, then obviously leading with gamification is going to be a very effective strategy. So let's go through a couple more examples, guys. So we've got a lawyer. What are some of the things that you guys think would be a good angle or a good hook? Let's say for, well, we kind of discussed a divorce lawyer. So let's say like a lawyer that does trust. Give me some ideas in the chat box around how you think we could do a lawyer hook in terms of gamification. What would be a cool angle for that? I'm going to write these down as well, and I'll share them with you guys after. I have like a really big to-do list of things to share with you guys. So I got to share 2 ads of the gym and the e-commerce, Loft and ecom. Fix this JotForm thing. Fix JotForm. Update on ClickFunnels with metadata, ClickFunnels. And then I'll post these funnel gamification hooks that we come up with today. Okay, cool. So, no ideas? No ideas for trust. Has anyone got a trust? So, what is something that why would people want to trust? Well, they probably want to protect their assets. That's probably the biggest reason. Maybe it's to look after their children. So they want to make sure their children have something when their children are older. Protect your family and money. So, like, you could lead in, choose the right people for your trust. Yeah, you could even lead in with some monetary aspect of it, like calculate now, how much money could your children have in 10 years by placing everything in a trust or something. I don't know if that's, legit or anything like that, but using sort of monetary hook like that. Saying calculate now or play now is very important. So make sure your ads, your headlines have that. Remember, guys, people look at your creative first, your image, and then the eye is going to go down to the headline if you've got one, and then it will go into the copy. So make sure your headline clearly says like play now or calculate now, or it makes it very clear like it's a quiz or a survey or a game, right? So which option for your money would yield the best return? Yeah, that's a form of gamification. How much money can you save in estate taxes by trusting? Yeah, how much money can you save in taxes? Ooh, that's a big one. That's probably a big reason why people shift things into trust, right? Trying to not pay as much on taxes. So, okay, cool. What about, let's look at a different one. So that was lawyer, trust, how much money. Can someone write this down for me while we go? No? Okay, let's look at a different one. Hospitality, education, example. So you're teaching, well, an obvious one for me, I don't know who that is, iPhone, but an obvious one for me is...
It's me, Kat, Jan.
Oh, hey, Jan, how's it going?
Thanks, good.
So an obvious one for me is usually when people go to school or to upskill themselves, the reason is they want more money on the back of that, right? They want higher paying jobs, or they actually want a job, right? So they want an income, or they want to make more money. So an obvious one for that is calculate now. How much money could you make as a bartender, or as a waitress, or as a da-da-da? Or what could you earn as a waitress? So that, and then on the thank you page, you'd literally be going, hey, do you want to check out this program that we're starting in July? Click here to view more. Click here to request information and get started on your own path to earning 50K a year. I wouldn't do that in New Zealand because hospitality doesn't pay at all. So it'd be like you'd be earning, you know, peanuts here. But in the States, I know that they do very well in hospitality, or I think they do. Spa, cosmetics. Wow. So here's a really cool idea, Damien. This is a little bit more intense, but I think we've discussed this idea before, where cosmetic surgery, for example, if you could get someone, there's actually programs that do this, but I think they're proprietary software and quite expensive. But if you could get a really good Photoshop person, you could almost use gamification in the sense of like, hey, submit your photo and see what you look like after wrinkles. Or if you can use like a plugin like PicMonkey that automatically like just blurs out people's faces so it just looks like it's been photoshopped, that is also a form of gamification. Medi-spa, cosmetic, I don't know, maybe how many cc's of Botox do you need to look 20 years old again? Or how many Botox treatments do you need to look 20 years old? I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be doing funnels for them. What else, guys? Let's throw a few more ideas. Yeah, hours exposed to the sun. Yeah. Good. Well, you know, a lot of that stuff, like which celebrity do you look like? It's very sort of vanity stuff, would lend itself well to that industry as well. Oh, someone actually shared a solar estimate calculator. Elisa, awesome. We'll put that one in the swipe file for you guys. Okay, give me another local craft brewery. Ooh, so which brew is your personality? Or which brew are you? Ooh, that's cute. Trademark, what? No, I'm just kidding. Which brew are you? You know, so like which personality style? Are you a Pilsner? Or are you a, well, I only know Pilsner, so I don't know what the other ones are. Budweiser or whatever. Ale, yeah. Shoes with a soul. Yeah, don't ask. What flavor of brew? Photo shoot events. Ooh, Jessica, photo shoot events. Well, you got to figure out like what is the reason for someone doing the photo shoot, right? Is it for a wedding or is it for their professional headshots? So if it's an entrepreneur that's wanting a professional headshot for their website, maybe what you could do is lead in with the reason they want to do that is because they probably want to make money, right? They probably know that with a professional headshot, my authority or credibility increases because people can see like it's not just like a grainy iPhone photo of me. So I'm hoping that my ads will convert better, or I'm hoping that I'll get better results or conversion rates on my website. So ultimately, an entrepreneur would do that to make more money, right? So you could lead in with that, like how, I'm trying to think, like I was going to say like how much cheaper could you generate leads with a professional hedge? I think that's too complicated, but thinking about it like that, like using that pain point or that desired outcome and thinking creatively, like how could you weave that in? How many selfies do you have to take before you get one that doesn't look ridiculous? I think you'd attract a lot of teenagers with that one, Daniel. Yoga studio. Like which move is going to get your power center. And I don't do yoga, so I'm totally making this shit up as I go, guys. I don't even know if that's a thing. It sounds legit, a power center. But which move is your power center? I don't know. Which move is your groove? Downward dog, yeah. Dentist, yeah. So like, hey, what would your smile look like with white teeth or with straight teeth? Yeah. Or I know that Govind ran one the other day, like our implants, not the other day, but a couple months ago, and it was very good. Are implants right for you? Take this quiz. Are implants right for, because it's implants versus something else that people toss up. So it was like something, are implants the right fit for you? And it was gamification. It was using jot form, I think, or type form. What age will your teeth fall out? Dog rehabilitation. Is your dog in control of you? Or are you, oh no, so it's rehab for dogs? Like they've been injured, I'm assuming, not that they have a drug problem. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could think of it like, how long before your dog is back to, you know, their old tricks or something? Should you keep your dog alive or put him down? Ooh. Well, that's probably the question most people ask, like, should I pay for the surgery or put my dog down? Ooh. Yeah, that's a bit morbid. Watch that one. All right, guys. So I think you're getting the premise of this. Like, can you see it's actually quite easy and it's actually kind of fun and it works really well, right? And you can literally do this for any industry. And in fact, what I would recommend is the drier the industry, the more you probably want to do this. So insurance, lawyers, accountants, really dry stuff that people don't really want to get involved with when they're looking at their friends and family on Facebook. It is one really effective way to draw them in and capture their attention and engage them, right? And as soon as you do that, you can draw them into the funnel, retarget them, and build affinity and a connection with them. So, I think we'll call this one a wrap. Lots of different ideas. If you've got any clients that you're thinking of rolling this out with, please share it in the group and we can toss more ideas together around the table. I also would love if you guys, when you do come up with some quizzes, like share that to the group as well so we can all learn from each other and go, oh, that's really cool how they did that. And compare what your cost per lead is or your cost per acquisition is before a game and after a game and see which one's working really well. I know for us, it's like, it's really shocking how not more people are doing this because as you saw, it is so simple, dead easy to set up. I mean, you're building stuff on ClickFunnels anyways. You might as well embed a form instead of a calendar or an opt-in, right? A download. It's even less work than creating a download or a blog post or a video. So it's dead easy and it is so effective. It's amazing how not more marketers are jumping on this. So I highly recommend you test this out on your clients. If anytime you're landing a new client or a new lead and you're like, oh, this is insurance or it's this, and I don't know what I should do with this, gamification, okay? Just think about gamification. If you have no idea, post it to the group and we can brainstorm some stuff together. Or as you saw, like Elisa, your link was broken here, but as you saw, you know, some of us already have experience with this stuff, so we can share that with each other. So I'm going to stop sharing this.